Welcome to the 9 at 9 for Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. My name's Bob, and I'm live here every day at 9 a.m. Washington, D.C. time. And today's topic is thinking bigger and how we limit our own potential by not thinking bigger. We think too small, and therefore, that's all we get. So that's the topic. It's honestly going to resonate with anyone. It doesn't matter if you're focused on tech, if you're focused on growing your personal life, your financial situation, getting a better job, traveling to different places. Thinking bigger is so important for us. I've been growing corporations for 30 years, and I decided to start this platform to help you take risks, learn new skills, and achieve your career goals. So, thinking bigger is something that we practice as a couple and a family years and years ago. Thankfully, I read a book that helped me see the world that way. It's Think and Grow Rich, and I know it's super popular. It's one of those business school books, but honestly, it became a cult hit. And it's from like the 1920s or 30s or something like that. And Think and Grow Rich, as a young person, just helped me understand the importance of like establishing a bigger thought process, right? And the whole concept of the book is literally the accumulation of assets. And I question that part. Like I talked about this before on here. Is like I'm not really a money focused person. Like I don't do what I do to accumulate money. I feel like just like focusing on the money was didn't help motivate me. So I focused on different things, but the book still delivers, right? Like it doesn't matter what you're intending to do. The whole concept of it is expanding our brain, thinking differently, and going for it. And so that's the message of today is what limits your potential is the fact that you don't think it's possible. So if you're thinking about what you could potentially earn more this year, like I want to earn more this year. Like in your brain, you have a certain number, you have a certain expectation, or at some point in my career, in my life, I'm going to make $100,000. So that is you're limiting your potential by thinking smaller than you could be. So that's step one is to know that you potentially are the problem. You're potentially limiting what you can achieve because you think you can only achieve a certain thing. You think you can only lift that much weight. You think you can only run that far. You think you can only visit those places. You think you can't leave your own small town. Like whatever thoughts you have about your life, you may be part of the problem because you're not thinking the possibilities are much greater. And it's natural that we're going to have to practice that. So, how could you practice uh, growing out of that thought process? How can you practice thinking bigger? First off, you probably have to look at the people around you and consider how much they do that. Like, how much are they widening their vision? How much are they expecting out of life? Do they speak openly about like what your potential is and how much you should expect? Do they question some of the things you say about what you want to accomplish in life? If that's the case, that's step one is to probably expand and meet other people that are thinking bigger. For my wife and I, when we were coming up, we and we didn't consciously do this honestly, but we were thinking entrepreneurially. So we were reading those kinds of books. I was selling businesses as a business broker, which was kind of just a weird job that I had for a little while. But when I was around the business broker, when I was selling businesses and trying to help people buy into those things, I naturally got around entrepreneurial people. And also, then my next job was in the broadband video space even before YouTube. So I was again around entrepreneurial people. I ended up just being around those types of people more often, but it wasn't like consciously, I wasn't like, I want to be around these people. But we started socializing and discovering that those people tended to think bigger. Those people had higher expectations. They traveled to places that we wanted to travel to, and we started to expand our thoughts around that. And then we just consciously kept making decisions personally that helped expand our thoughts. Like we joined Arena Stage, which is a local theater here in DC, because we knew we wanted to be around theater. We wanted to be around the arts, and that was a place that we could actually pull off. And then now you're around people that enjoy the arts and think bigger. Then we went to Kennedy Center, and we just keep trying to push ourselves in that direction. because naturally you're going to be around people who are going after it at a different level. So look around your crowd and see if the people around you might be limiting that. When I was a young person, I knew there was one person around me that was really limiting my potential. And so I just consciously pulled away a little bit. And then you just look for other people. So practice also thinking at the next level. Like whatever you want to accomplish, like I want to be this role. Like if there's a particular job that you want at your company and you are thinking about getting promoted to that level, start acting and thinking at that level. If you take that attitude, you will start to inevitably become that person. So when we're looking to recruit people, not really recruit, I should say, when we're looking to promote people on my team, if they're acting at the next level already, we start to really consider them for promotion. We don't want is someone to say, when I get to that level, I'm going to do this. When I get there, I'm going to do this. We want you to do it now. If you're doing it now and you're behaving at that level, you are going to get promoted. Like you have to start thinking and acting like the person at the level that you want. You could potentially start dressing and looking at the level that you want. The old cliche is to dress for the role that you want, not the role that you have. So I always try to, as again, coming up, and now I'm making a little more different decisions as a partner, as a leader. It's just an attitude, but it's funny how that happens. But you consciously should now start to look and think at the level that you want. That inevitably trains you to do that. Hold on, we got one comment. And you don't need to have permission to do all this. Like, right? You're in charge of your life. You have this moment. It's yours to decide what to do. Do not look for permission to do any of these things. Do not look for permission to think big. Do not look for permission to have these positive thoughts, right? If the people, again, your spouse, your loved ones, if they're not thinking like this, it's okay. You have to start. You have to take the control of your own thoughts. You have to think bigger first, and then they'll come around. Maybe or maybe not, but you're going to still lead the way. Like, you don't have to have permission. You don't have to confirm that the ideas you have make sense, because they're not going to make sense to people. The reason I have to start this platform, the reason I have to start this organization is because the ideas that I have about the possibilities of this are so significant that other leaders can't deploy them. Like, they're not going to deploy the capital to do what I want to do because the ideas are kind of radical and not in line with their operations. Like, they can't operate their organization the way I think we should. So naturally I have to envision a different way to do it. Like, that's how entrepreneurial minds work, and that's how I want you to start thinking about things. So take the action now and start thinking at the next level, right? That's the message of today. You own it. You can control these thoughts. We've been able to do that over 30 years of my career. I've been able to positively think what we're going to accomplish. We also, and this may be a topic for another day, but we say things like, when it happens, right? Like, don't say, if this happens, blah, 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 blah. Like, when it happens, we're going to have that. When I achieve this, this will happen. But it took work. Like, I gotta tell you, like, when I first interviewed for a big firm, and I shared this before, I didn't think I fit. I came from a tough neighborhood in New York. I went to a community college. I didn't have any path, right? No guidance for how to do this. No guidance for how to get into a technology firm. No guidance how to become a leader. No guidance how to, any of it. Like, I actually had to figure it out, and I had no idea how to do it. And so, no mentors, and we moved around, and of course we had babies young, and so we were focused on different things, but I did not think I fit. I did not think I qualified. I looked at the pictures of the people in these firms and I was like, well, that's not me. That's not going to work. That attitude really held me back for a long time. So I started to realize that, oh, no, I do fit in. These people aren't way more talented than me. I can do this work. I can communicate and participate. And then to get promoted along the way is really gratifying. So, you control this. You can do it. I 100% know it's possible. All right, that's the 9 at 9 for today, Tuesday, February 11th. I'll be here again tomorrow every day, I'm committed to do this. This is my path. This is my discipline. Let's grow together every day.